All right, thanks for that. We have got a web question for Claire. So the panel's urging Y20 Australia to raise voices, get the G20 to pay attention. Is the G20 really listening, and how do we capture their focus?
Yes, the G20 has been listening. I've been engaging quite closely with members of the C20. Holly, who's here somewhere, attended our last meeting in Hobart, where we talked about issues of sustainability ahead of a formal development working group, and listened to the perspective of youth there. I know that you've had engagement here today, particularly from both our Treasury and our PM&C, so our Sherpa. Absolutely. And the other thing that we've been doing this year in the Australian presidency is making sure, or encouraging, events like these, events like the C20 and B20 conferences that have been held, to be held well ahead of the actual summit itself. So we can take all of the messages, all of the work that you've done, and actually have that considered. What's happened previously in the G20 is these sorts of events have happened so close to when leaders have met, it's actually very difficult at that late stage to then influence what leaders are thinking about and talking about. And so this is quite deliberate on the part of the Australian presidency, is to make sure that these events are happening well in advance, so actually all of this can be brought to the attention of finance deputies, of finance ministers, of Sherpas and of leaders, to make sure that it's actually very well considered.
Thanks for that, Claire.